Hello and welcome to Froch on Fighting. I'm Carl Froch. This episode is brought to you by Cobra Casino. Whilst I've got you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this wonderful channel. And this week I will be talking about the heavyweight boxing that we've got. It's a massive card, but I'm just going to concentrate on the heavyweights. What a weekend of boxing we've got in Saudi Arabia. This is one I've really been looking forward to and I can't wait to get stuck into it.
So it's fight week. One of the biggest cards of the year is happening on Saturday.
Yeah, great fight card. You know what, actually, before we go into my predictions on the heavyweights, because that's the one I'm going to concentrate on, as I've already said, I just want to mention Sonny Edwards against Rodriguez at the weekend. I gave him a little G up beforehand, and he was involved in one hell of a fight. Unfortunately for Sonny Edwards, he got a cut. His left eye started to close. He got a cut above that one, and he got a really bad cut above his right eye. So by about round 4 or 5, with the blood flowing, it was pretty much blinded in both eyes. He certainly couldn't see clearly, which he explained after. I'm not saying the fight would have gone any differently, but I feel that he didn't get every chance to perform at his best. He had to change the way he fights. He likes to box at range, keep out of the way, use his slick skills and movement, and he's brilliant. But he had to take on Rodriguez, get in close, get in the pocket and have a fight with him. And for me, that was his undoing. So bad luck, mate. You tried your hardest, you did yourself proud, and you will come again.
Now let's talk heavyweights. Joshua versus Wallin. What is your prediction?
Listen, this is a great fight between Anthony Joshua and Otto Wallin. Otto Wallin has, since losing about 4 years ago, he's had 6 fights on the spin. So he's on a little winning streak. He's absolutely full of confidence. And he's coming into this fight with Anthony Joshua expecting to win. He's coming in, he's told everyone all week in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh that he's going to win this fight. He's confident. He doesn't believe that Anthony Joshua believes in himself. Everyone's talking about AJ being mentally a little bit fragile since the loss to Ruiz, which I've also pointed out. And it's been picked up by many of my lovely haters out there that think that I've got some kind of beef with Anthony Joshua. I haven't. I don't care less who trains him, whether it's Rob McCracken or whoever, Ben Davison. I don't care. I want Anthony Joshua to do well, win these heavyweight titles and bring them back to England. This is going to be a tough night's work for Anthony Joshua. This is the first time he's going to have to do something that he's not done since losing to Ruiz. And what I mean by that is he's got to beat someone who's come in to win. He lost twice to Usyk. He came to win. AJ lost them both them fights. And I take nothing away from him for that. That's against Usyk. Usyk is probably one of the best fighters to be around in such a long time. He's such a fantastic fighter. Cruiserweight, now he's heavyweight champion, unified champion. And AJ lost that fight. Okay, no problem. Let's move on from that. But since losing to him, the rematch with Ruiz, he just got on his back foot, didn't really try and win, just boxed and moved. Obviously, he won the fight, so he was obviously trying to win. But what I'm getting at is he didn't have to push the fight. He didn't have to go forward. Didn't have to react too much because Ruiz was a bit of a fat slob. He came in overweight, let himself down, didn't really have a go. So AJ got the win. Great. He lost twice to Usyk. Wasn't good enough. Usyk was too good for him. In 2 great fights, one was a split decision, but he lost them both. And then since then, He's had Jermaine Franklin and Helenius. Otto Wallin has been talking all week. The confidence is oozing. He's on a 6-fight winning streak. He's living and training in New York, and he's got all that sparring. I think Wallin's going to come and really give AJ problems. I'm not saying AJ can't win, and my prediction is that Anthony Joshua wins this fight. I just think that AJ needs to really, really believe in himself. And when he gets in that ring, get behind that jab for 2 or 3 rounds, and then get on his front foot. So I think AJ needs to stick it on him and take it to him, like he did against Dillian Whyte, like he did against Klitschko, Carlos Takam, them kind of fights where Joshua he just went to his opponent, let go of combination punches and put big shots together and got the finish. That's what we need to see from Anthony Joshua. And if AJ rekindles that old flame, believes in himself and goes for it with the size and shape that he's in, he can go for Wallin, put it on him, smash him up and get him out of there and prove all the haters wrong. If there are any haters out there, there's a few. You're not looking at one now. I want Anthony Joshua to go out there and do the business because I'm excited about this big fight with Deontay Wilder. So my prediction is that AJ, at some point, whether it's round 4, 5 or 6, when he realises, when Ben Davison gets inside his ear hole and says to him, right, now go for it. Stick it on him. The guy's tiring. I know he's a bit of an awkward southpaw and he's quick, but he's not strong enough. He's not a massive puncher. He's not got a big knockout ratio. He's probably not even got I think he's a 50% knockout ratio, looking at his record. So he's not got any power to worry about walking onto. So AJ can go for it, stick it on Wallin and get the stoppage, get the knockout win and move on to the big fight, the pot of gold that is Deontay Wilder in Saudi in the new year.
So now let's talk about Wilder versus Parker.
Right, Deontay Wilder, massive puncher. Parker, he's been busy. Parker's had he's been busier than Wilder. Wilder has literally had one fight in 2 years. He's knocked out Helenius. I think that was round one. It was like a wipeout early doors. So Deontay Wilder's coming off the back of a big layoff and a lot of inactivity. Now, depending on how his sparring's been going, depending on what he's been looking like in the gym, it may or may not matter. But he is 38 years old. He's getting on. He's not a spring chicken. Parker, I just don't feel has got what it takes to cope. I don't think he's got the punch resistance to cope with Deontay Wilder. When he steps up the level, he gets beat. I just don't think he's good enough. Now, he's busy. He's been training with Tyson Fury. He's a good, capable fighter at heavyweight, but he's a fringe-level world champion. He has been a world champion, but he didn't have that belt for very long. He got beat by AJ, got beat by Dillian Whyte. He's been beat. You know what I mean? And when you're losing at that level, then you kind of find a level. So I don't think he's going to be coming into the ring with much confidence against Deontay Wilder. I'm not saying he won't have a go, and I'm not saying he hasn't got a chance. I'm just expecting Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber, Bomb Squad, to land that big right hand on the chin at some stage. 36 minutes is a long time to stay out the way of that big right hand from Deontay Wilder. So I'm expecting Deontay Wilder to knock out Joseph Parker, probably inside 6 rounds. This fight might go late, but if it does, he's only got to land that one punch at one stage and it'll be fight over.
So you think it's going to be a knockout then?
I think Deontay Wilder wins by knockout. Have a look at his record. He's knocked everybody out that he's beaten, except for when he lost to Tyson Fury. So this guy is a monstrous, venomous puncher. And if he connects on the chin with that big right hand, it's game over for anybody he hits.
Now let's talk about Daniel Dubois versus Jarrell Miller.
Jarrell Miller was supposed to fight AJ, failed a drugs test. That was annoying. AJ then went and lost to Ruiz, so I don't know. Anyway, Daniel Dubois lost to Usyk. It was a low blow. Usyk went down. Usyk got up, landed a solid right-hand stiff jab. Daniel Dubois was tired. He's still young, Dubois. He's young. He's a big, strong puncher, and I just think he's good. He's good enough to become a heavyweight champion of the world, but he's had a couple of losses. He lost to Joe Joyce. He's lost to Usyk, but he's in great company, so let's not write him off. I don't think he quit against Usyk. I think he knew he was spent. He'd gone down, and he just thought, I'm getting tired. He thought he'd won the fight because of the low blow, the body shot, whatever you want to call it. I think it was a low blow. But in his head, he would have switched off. But he's still a young man. He's still learning. So I just think against Jarrell Miller, he can enjoy himself. I think he can box behind. He's got good boxing ability, and he's a big puncher. So I just think that he will get to Jarrell Miller at some stage, hurt him, and keep him down. And he realises that he could be the future of heavyweight boxing if he keeps doing this. So Jarrell Miller's pissed me off anyway because he failed a drugs test, and that was on the build-up to a big fight of Anthony Joshua. And I was looking forward to that one. And he talks so well. He's a likeable character. He believes in himself, and he sticks it on his opponent. He's been walking around the hotel in Saudi all week, giving Anthony Joshua shit, and he's been getting inside Daniel Dubois' head as well. He's just been around making himself a nuisance, but he does it with a smile. He's a nice character, but he failed that drugs test, and now he's in the mix. And I think there's probably a couple of other people that maybe deserve to be where he is. Somebody like Zhilei Zhang or Hrgovic. I know Hrgovic has got his own little plans and his own routes, but I just think that he's been given a chance here, and maybe he doesn't deserve his chance. But that's just me, because he's failed a drugs test and what happened with Anthony Joshua. It was annoying. So that aside, he's fighting Daniel Dubois. I think Dubois is going to be too much for him, too good for him. But if he decides to go for Dubois, Jarrell Miller puts it on him and goes for him, and Dubois is not believing in himself since the Usyk loss, anything can happen. But I'm expecting Dubois to get tidy behind his jab, box well, and then get the finish at some stage. So good luck to all the heavyweights that are fighting from Britain, because that's what we want. We want all the guys to do well. I want, obviously, Deontay Wilder's American. I want him to do the business, because that sets up for this big blockbuster next year between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. I just hope Anthony Joshua isn't thinking too much about Deontay Wilder and what's waiting for him in the new year. He just needs to get over this fight that he's got, and I'm sure against Otto Wallin, he can do the business as long as he believes in himself. So that's my prediction for the heavyweights that's happening this weekend on TNT Sport pay-per-view box office. I will be purchasing. I'm not out in Saudi this weekend. I'll be honest, I didn't want to go. I've got my beautiful family, my kids. It's Christmas. The naughty elves are around causing chaos. I don't want to go away from home for risk of coming back and then missing. I'm at the pantomime as well, Christmas Eve. That's like a family tradition, what we do every year. But anyway, I'm sitting in England. I'm purchasing the fight on TNT box office. I cannot wait for this fight to happen. Hopefully, AJ does the business. Hopefully, Deontay Wilder does the business. Hopefully, Daniel Dubois does the business. I was thinking about some of the other undercards there, but this could be, I think it's going to be an amazing night of boxing. I'm looking forward to it. Good luck, AJ. We need you to do the business. We need them belts back in Britain in 2024. This episode is brought to you by Cobra Casino. Don't forget, please hit subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends. And I'll be doing a response video following on from this big fight card at the weekend, early hours of Sunday morning. So tune in for that one. If you don't hit subscribe, if you don't hit the notification bell, you might just miss out on the Cobra giving his immediate reaction. And I know you wouldn't want to do that.